Welcome. I'm going to show you a few poses for plantar fasciitis, whether you have it and are trying to recover from it, or if you've never had it but you've heard about it and you really don't want it. Okay, so let's start on our hands and our knees. Okay, hands are shoulder distance apart, knees hip distance apart. Step your right foot back. Tuck your toes under and just drive through the right foot. Forward and back, forward and back. Nice and slow. Couple more times. The goal is to loosen the Achilles tendon, the hamstring, not the hamstring, the calf muscles. Push, push, push. Very tight calf muscles will result in plantar fasciitis. And then to the other side. You don't have to be a yogi to do these. They are from the yoga world, but you don't need to be a yogi. Couple more. And then place your forearms down on the mat, step your right foot back and your left foot back and come up to a plank position. With the left foot up, push back to the right toes, roll forward and back, forward and back. One more time. Hold. Switch the other side. Back. Back. And forward and back. Place them both down and hold. 8, 7, 6. I'm really driving my heels back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your knees, tucking your toes under. You're going to come up to a squat. So here I've got a couple of blocks. But use blocks if you need it for balance. You're just going to squat. With the palms together. If you're balanced, stand by your toes. Keep your chest nice and high. Or launch your blocks. And then roll forward, back, and forward and back on your tiptoes. Back, and back. Okay, press into your blocks, or if your fingertips are on the ground, you can just straighten your legs, drive the heel down, walk the blocks back, drop your head. Inhale, look up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Again, fingertips on the ground. If your hamstrings are nice and loose, inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. This time as you inhale and look up, walk your blocks forward or your hands, step one foot forward, the other stays back. Both feet face the same direction. This is Parsvottanasana. You're going to inhale, lift the back heel. Exhale, lift the front toes. Just rolling back and forth. Roll up and down. And up and down. Do this 8 or 9, 10 times. And when you've completed your set, straighten both legs. Lengthen the spine. This is where your blocks come in nice and handy. And then exhale, switch sides. Lift the back heel. Lift the toes. Ooh, this side's harder. Notice if one side is harder than the other, more challenging. It's all information about your body where you might have a restriction on one side and not the other. All the way up to the tiptoes. And then lift. Okay, again, do 8, 9, 10 of these. I'm just going to do a couple more. And then lower the front toes down, straighten both legs. Breathe. Come to a nice flat back. Hug the leg muscles to the bone to strengthen your quadricep, hamstring, Achilles. And then slowly bend the front knee. Plant the hands down and step back to downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, hands are in line with the shoulder, fingers are evenly spread, thumb a bit wider, feet are as wide as your hips. Push your hips back and then bend one knee, drop the other heel, and bicycle it back and forth, nice and slow, don't run. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend both knees deeply, push the mat away, lift your sacrum as high as you can, and then drive your heels down wherever they'll go. And breathe. One more breath. Slowly walk your hands back toward your feet. Heels plant. Hang here. A big stretch to the Achilles, the back of the knee, all the way up to the hamstring. The only thing we're not feeling is the IT band. And then as you walk your hands back, bend your knees, turn your toes out. Come into a squat between your knees. Plant your heels. Drop your shoulders down, press palms together. From here, place your fingertips down, come up on your tippy toes. You can hold the ground and just float on your tippy toes. You can put the arms in front of you. You can come to cactus. If you fall over, just come back in again. Hands down, straighten the legs, drive the heels down. Inhale, rise up, sweep the arms up, and bring them down together in front of your heart. You walk to the front of the mat. Just going to bring the knee up and the palms up. Kick the heel of the foot out, the heel of the hand out. Bring it back in and step back to high lunge. So here your back heel is lifted really high. You're on your toes. Lift higher on your toes. And then press down. Lift higher on your toes. And press down. You can do 8 to 10 of these. I'll just do one more. And then hold here and just twist over your bent knee. Keep driving back to the heel. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. And step the right foot beside the left. Other side, heel of the hand out. Drive the heel of the foot out. And then sweep it back, high lunge. Arms up. Find your high lunge. Isometrically pull the feet towards each other to strengthen your legs, to keep you here. And then go deeper. Press up into your tippy toes. And press down through the heel. You might feel this in your hip or your quadricep. It will tell you where you're tight. I'm going to do 2 more. And then twist over your bent knee. And hold. Just breathe. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. And step the feet together. Inhale, sweep the arms up, lift the heels. Exhale, lift the toes. Drive the toes down, lift the heels. Whoops. Exhale, touch, lift the toes. Inhale, rise, lift the heels. Oops. Exhale, lift the toes. Stay here. Drop the feet down, sweep the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Lift the heels and come all the way down. Keep the arms overhead, relax your shoulders. Just rest. One more breath. Drive down through your heels. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sweep the hands together in front of your heart. So we're going to stand in mountain pose. Your feet are in line with your hips. Lift and spread your toes. Roll them down one at a time, all the way down. So you get a nice wide base. Lift the heel, replant it down. Turn the palms out. Gaze forward. Take a couple of breaths. And then relax and just lift your big toe on each foot. So I've only lifted my big toe. Lift, and then lower the big toe down and just lift all four toes. It's hard. The other big toe wants to come up with them. And then lower the toes down, lift the big toe, the other four press down. Press down with the big toe, oops, lift all four. It's hard. And press down, big toe lifts. Last time, lifting all four, see if it gets easier. No, it doesn't get easier. And release, just walk it out. Okay, so we're going to take a ball, and I have a tennis ball, and I have a yoga rubber ball. So I'm going to use the rubber ball, but you can use the tennis ball at home if that's all you have. You can buy these at sports stores and at yoga studios. Because it's a plantar fasciitis, if it's in your heel, I recommend using the tennis ball and don't press very hard on the heel. You don't want any pressure there. But if you're just trying to avoid it, press as hard as you want. Put all your weight on your right foot. Just press down on the heel and then roll it half an inch forward and press down. Roll another half inch forward and press down. Another half inch. And here I'm starting to lift. My heel won't go down. Now I'm going to roll it forward. My heel touches. I'm seriously in the arch here, getting towards all the toes. Roll it back half an inch and press. Oh my goodness. Another half inch right behind the balls of the toes. And then the balls of the toes, and wrap your toes around it. Slowly work your way back. This is for good foot health, to keep everything stretched out and healthy, and then you can roll back and forth a few times. Other side, I'm just going to do it quickly. Funny thing about feet is, as long as they're healthy and they don't bother us, we don't even know we have them, pretty much. Half an inch. And then something happens to your foot where you're uncomfortable all the time, or in pain, and you're off to the not the pediatrician, the podiatrist, and life becomes more difficult when your feet hurt, or your shoes don't work, or you really start to realize how important they are and how we don't take care of them. We abuse them day in and day out. So this is some healthy love for your feet. Roll it forward, half an inch. I'm going a little quick. And then just roll it back and forth. Oopsie. Okay, and there's one other thing I want to show you that I do to stretch out the backs of my knees to lengthen through here, because I do have grumpy knees. So I put the ball behind the kneecap and squeeze it in. And then I start coming down. And you squeeze it. So it's right in behind the kneecap. And it's one of those hurts so good things. You can feel it stretching right across here if you can get it in tight enough. And then just take it out, and I'll do the other side. Squeeze it in, and then you bend your knee. Oh my goodness. Very healthy for your knees. And then release. And that can only radiate down into the Achilles and all this area. This area is looser. Last thing we're going to do is I have blocks here. They're not the greatest, but I'm going to show it. You want to be on the side. Actually, I'm going to go by the wall so that I don't go flying. So you can take anything that's hard. Mine are soft. You come to the side of it, the end, and you're just going to drop your heels all the way down. My blocks are lifting because they're soft and squishy. But if you were on a piece of wood or the side of a bench or something, it would stay down. Stretching all the ligaments, the back of the leg. Holding, you can stay here as long as you want. And then you can come up to your tippy toes and back down again. And tippy toes and back down again. And you can do that as often as you want and as much as you want, but I highly recommend doing that. I highly recommend doing everything I just showed you. It all works. Keep this area nice and stretched out and lengthened. Keep it strong with all the lifts and lowers that we did. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I'm Angela, and my email is wildravenlife@gmail.com, and I am the owner of Wild Raven Yoga. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and keep those feet healthy. Namaste.